With details on walkouts and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Back in 1996, Ron Simmons attacked Ahmed Johnson at ringside with a kidney shot that derailed Ahmed's push in WWE. Johnson would level this accusation against Simmons. Yeah, I think he did deliberately cause injury. I think he was also jealous and upset because here he was, the first black champion in WCW, and then here I was becoming the first intercontinental black champion in WWF. I think there was some jealousy there. Now, Simmons has revealed that the two made peace, noting on the Wrestling Classic, "Look here, man. Look, there were differences that we've had, and which happens in this business, right? Look, it's been time to set that stuff aside and let it go. You know, look, the track record with us right now, man, as everybody knows, is not good, you know, with us losing a lot of friends and everything. Look, so hey, why not let's be on the same page with everything and enjoy these days we got remaining here as friends, you know? And it's good to talk with my brother and get back to, hey, talking about some things that we love, and that's this business and other things in life. So yeah, everything's cool." Revealing that he signed a new deal with All Elite Wrestling, MVP told Adventure Gamers, "Recently I signed an extension and I'll be with AEW for quite a while in my current capacity and hopefully beyond in a managerial capacity and to whatever extent, possibly behind the scenes. I'm able to make money working with my friends and also contributing to the business. I thank Tony Khan for this opportunity." Touching on the differences between working in WWE and AEW, MVP said this during that same interview. "It's very different because Tony Khan is a completely different human being with a completely different personality. He's just a nice guy and a good person. I've never had any kind of a relationship with Triple H. Vince I was able to work with, and with Vince knows exactly what he wants, how he wants to do it, and if you can present something that is better, sometimes Vince will listen. But when Vince has a vision, that's it. You go with it. There's no second guessing it. Tony Khan is a lot more interactive and will take in a lot more ideas, and he's more willing to be pliable when it comes to his vision and how he wants to present it and what he's willing to do to add to it or to change it. He's just a nice guy. It's funny, like his energy level. He's always happy, and I've never seen him be mean to somebody. It's a much different environment where WWE was very corporate, very tight-laced, for some people even uncomfortable, and they're made to feel like they're walking on eggshells, and people are scared of getting fired. That environment doesn't exist in AEW. It's way more relaxed. No one's walking on eggshells. The boss has time for everybody, and it's super fun. No stress." Giving a health update on Darby Allin after AEW Dynamite, Ringside News wrote that AEW Dynamite's November 12th Blood and Guts match ended in total carnage, but no moment was more terrifying than Darby Allin being thrown through a flaming table. After taking a brutal beating that included being hung by Pac over firelit tables, Allin was sent crashing through the flames in a spot that had fans holding their breath. As he rolled to safety, fire could be seen flickering on his back. It was the kind of visual that made people question whether he had suffered real burns or worse. With the match featuring staple guns, forks, broken glass, and barbed wire, many wondered if AEW had gone too far. Thankfully, a day later, Brian Alvarez addressed the situation on Wrestling Observer Live and confirmed that Allin is okay. He noted that despite how it looked on TV, Allin came out of the stunt without injury. The flames on his back were real but short-lived, and he managed to avoid serious harm as he rolled clear of the wreckage. This comes after a match that saw everything from Darby's coffin drop off the cage to Jon Moxley tapping out in a shocking finish. But even with all that, Allin's flaming table spot became the most talked about moment of the night. Darby's reputation as AEW's most fearless competitor continues to grow, and once again, he walked through fire to prove it. Taking to X, former ECW World Champion Justin Credible revealed he finished his rehab program from the Discovery Institute for Addictive Disorders in New Jersey, as it's been said that he will start working at a Chili's restaurant next month. Touching on her injury from WrestleMania 41, which has kept her out of action in WWE, Bianca Belair told BET's 106 and Sports, "So I broke my knuckle, which is not my finger. I broke my knuckle joint. It's something that I thought was going to be a very straightforward 8 to 12 weeks. It's been almost 6 months at this point, but it was WrestleMania, and I was in a triple threat with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, and we were going to the top rope because that's what we do. We came off the top rope and Rhea landed straight on my hand and just crushed everything in my fingers. So it's been a crazy journey, and you know, being an athlete and having an injury, you rely on your body, and now my body's not doing what it is supposed to do, but I'm hoping I can be back in the ring soon." After NIXON, NEWELL, and Miranda Elise walked out of AEW Collision for refusing creative, an update was provided in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. One person involved with the independent scene said they didn't believe this publicity would help get NEWELL bookings, even though this became kind of the talk in wrestling, and some indie promoters think that controversy will help sell tickets, and they aren't just two random women. Another promoter said this: "Wasn't it just the other week you were talking about wrestlers who had leverage not wanting to do business? What about wrestlers with zero leverage? NIXON isn't gonna get work out of this. She wasn't getting work before and was crying about it. She asks way too much money and sells 0 tickets on her name alone. Usual WWE brain rot." With it being reported that AEW now has no intention of bringing the two back, it remains to be seen what is next for them. Yesterday, Rey Mysterio paid tribute to the late Eddie Guerrero, as this was the 20th anniversary of his passing. Writing in the Players Tribune, "When I published this letter on Thursday, it will be 20 years to the day since you passed, November 13th, 2005. It's hard to believe, and it feels so unfair sometimes, just knowing how much life I've gotten to live in those years. You didn't get to see 40. That's still painful to think about. Me, on the other hand, I turned 50 last December. Nah, I can already see the evil grin on your face, hearing that. 50? 50? Oh, Ray, no. You old." Dominic wasn't fully clicking as Rey Mysterio's baby boy, so he did what I'm 100% sure you would have told him to do. He turned heel and basically became Eddie Guerrero's demon boy, and that changed everything. He has the presentation down perfect, the sleazy, no offense, stash, the terrible, no offense, mullet, the ugly, no offense, jewelry, and clothes. He's got the eating grin. The worse he behaves, the more they cheer. They'll find it in your legacy and in your influence and in your genius and in your spirit. They'll find it in how your memory, how the name Eddie Guerrero is now forever sewn on the fabric of what this sport might become. I'll love you for the rest of them." Eddie's daughter Kaylee also paid tribute to her father, posting a photo to X and writing, "This day never gets easier, even after all of these years. When I miss you, I try and think of all the happy moments we had together, like when you protected me from the scary foot bath during my first nail salon visit. I love and miss you forever and always." When it comes to the future of Joe Hendry, Dave Meltzer said this in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. "Joe Hendry's TNA contract expired this past week and he signed here. It's been known for months that was going to happen." This was written in the WWE section of the newsletter, which would suggest that Hendry is signed with the company. Providing information on Andrade's non-compete status after walking out of a show in Mexico, Ringside News wrote that new developments have surfaced surrounding Andrade El Idolo's contract situation following his abrupt walkout from The Crash's 14th anniversary show in Tijuana, Mexico on November 7th. Andrade appeared at the event's scheduled meet and greet but left the venue before the show began and did not perform. Initial reports speculated that Andrade's WWE non-compete clause only applied within the United States, making it possible for him to work in Mexico. That assumption may no longer hold. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, Andrade was on the show, probably the main attraction on the show. He was there signing autographs, and then he left. The only thing that we heard was that he was unhappy. His non-compete is only in the United States, so he can work in Tijuana and Mexico City. However, the latest update in the Wrestling Observer newsletter casts doubt on that understanding. Meltzer now reports that people close to the situation believe Andrade's non-compete may actually be global, not just US-based. That would explain why Andrade hasn't wrestled anywhere, including Mexico, since his departure from WWE. There are those now claiming that his non-compete is worldwide and not just for the United States, which does make sense given he's wrestled nowhere outside the US either. There is also no way that would hold up in court if he tried to challenge it. Andrade was fired with cause by WWE back in September due to multiple wellness policy violations. As a result, he is believed to be under a one-year non-compete clause. Despite returning to AEW on the October 1st episode of Dynamite, he was quickly pulled from television. Behind the scenes, WWE allegedly sent a legal letter to AEW warning them of Andrade's contractual status. Since then, AEW announcers have reportedly been instructed not to mention Andrade at all on broadcasts. This legal and contractual limbo is leaving Andrade stuck without work, and not just in AEW, but apparently anywhere across the globe. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.